So we got this 911 finally completed. This is where we had all the coolant fittings and everything replaced. It is time to load the tune on here because it's not going to run very well. Even though this thing already has a stage 3 tune, now with the 1336 cc injectors, the flow is going to be highly increased with the tune that it currently has. So we're going to start it up and show you how that will run, and then we'll actually do a video right after we tune it and show you the difference. It's most important. This is why you don't want to just install something like this and drive it around, because you'll blow the car up. I'm going to start the car right now before we put the COBB tune, stage 3 with the 1300 flow cc injectors, and you'll hear the sound. It's going to sound very rough. All that blue smoke you see, that's from the oil, because there's a lot of fuel right now dumping into the cylinders, and it's pretty much burning up a lot of fuel, and it's washing the cylinders. If you run like that, you'll destroy your car. I've seen people actually run their cars not tuned and blow up their engines. Here's what we're going to load. We got a custom map here, and we're going to change map. We're going to go ahead and put the 1300. Now this car will be an ethanol E85 car, but right now we're doing a 93 stage 3 1300 cc injector, and we're just going to load that. That way we can get the car running perfectly. As we have 93 in here now, we're going to tune it off of the 93 first, and then the second tune will be made for the E85. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to mention before I start this car is it's taken about some time. We still have about 70% left. What you want to do is you want to always hook up a battery charger tender to your car, something that can, if there's a spike in the amperage, that way the spike can actually compensate for the spike, because if there's a problem or something gets out of whack, it doesn't burn out your DME. I know that some of the guys are loading these tunes up, the ones that are already preloaded in the COBB, and they're just loading them in back and forth. You could possibly potentially short something out, so it's always best to hook up a tender. Now we got a AC to DC converter, so that's what we're using. We're actually not using an AC portion, which is on the bottom. It's the top box we're using. Okay, so finally got everything loaded in here. We're getting ready to crank the car up. This is going to be with stage 3 tune for 1300 cc injectors and 93 octane. That is, folks, how you're supposed to have it sound. It's still going to need to have some fine tuning done. This is how it's supposed to sound. No more smoke. Sounds clean. And this is how it's supposed to sound to begin with. So we're gonna do fine tuning, of course, but the first video, I don't know if you could really hear the sound because I think I had the mic turned down, but it was just running terrible. I mean, the car hardly ran, all that blue smoke. So I gotta just run it through a little bit, get all that oil burned out. But for the most part, it could be driven now and data logged and fine tuned.